Welcome to another episode of Ottawa Valley Moms. I'm Mel.
I'm Crystal.
I'm Trisha.
And I'm Erin.
In this episode, we're going to be discussing the different stages that we're all at when it comes to having kids. And we have a very special announcement. So on that note,
I would like to announce that my husband and I are expecting our second child.
Yay! So OBM's gonna have a baby!
Yeah. No, we're very excited, and we're due in August, so mid-August, August 13th. And I'm currently 15 weeks along, so I'm feeling pretty good, and I'm going to talk about it later in a segment and let you all know what's been going on and how I've been feeling and just the whole process. So yeah, I'm really excited.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Baby! So just keep watching this episode and find out more information where we're all at. So Trisha just revealed her really good news that she's expecting her second baby this coming August. So Ottawa Valley Moms is very excited to have a new little baby around. And how have you been feeling?
I'm feeling great right now. I was hit with morning sickness at about, I guess, 5.5 weeks. So it was something that I was expecting because I was really sick with my son. But and it wasn't as bad as with my son, but it was hard because you're chasing around a 2-year-old. So yeah. I probably had 2 rough weeks, and then started to feel a bit better. I decided to take a medication called diclectin that helps. And so it didn't help completely like it did with my first pregnancy, but it was allowed me to be able to function at least.
Yeah.
So
I had taken diclectin with my second pregnancy, and it didn't really do anything for me. I was nauseous pretty much 41.5 weeks because that's how far along I went. I went over 10 days, and it didn't do anything for me. I just found it really drowsy, and I, went off of it. So it's good that that it's helping you.
Well, with Carter, I took it I think around 8 weeks or 9 weeks, and I remember I took the pills. I went and had a nap, and I woke up, and I was like, and I was sick. So maybe I still felt sick, but I felt like it was awesome, like it was the best thing ever. And I remember saying to myself, okay, if I get pregnant again, I'm not going to hesitate to take it. So this time, I went out and got the prescription right away, and yeah, it definitely helped. I tried to go off of it at one point because I was feeling better, but I had to go back on it just because I find when I'm not on it, I don't have much of an appetite. So I was losing weight and just not being able to eat, as well as I could with the medication. So yeah, there's side effects, unfortunately. It makes me really tired, really drowsy, so I sleep a lot. So
hey, I like to sleep a lot, and I'm not pregnant.
I know. You forget like how much less energy you have when you're pregnant.
It's harder when you already have a child at home, because when you're pregnant the first time, it's just you. Like, I mean, if you're working or whatnot, but I mean, like, you can sleep if you're tired, and like you can feel like kind of just all around not the greatest, and it's not really affecting anybody else other than yourself. So it takes a lot more out of you with the second pregnancy.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. So I nap when he naps. If my husband's home, sometimes I'll nap in the morning as well, and I'm usually in bed at 9 o'clock. So it's a party in our house lately.
So there, like you were mentioning about not having any appetite, are there any cravings that you're finding this time around, or not so much?
This time, yes, definitely. For Carter, I didn't really have a lot of cravings. I ate a lot of fruit and vegetables, which I know sounds funny, but this time around, definitely. And it's all carbs and bread, pastas, whatever I can get my hands on.
Poutine?
So, poutine. Oh my gosh, poutine. Yes. Now we're gonna get poutine on the way home. But yeah, no, anything like that. And I find if I eat constantly, I feel better. So it's when I skip. So I usually eat 6 small meals. So 3 of those I make healthy, and then the other 3 are usually like, peanut butter and jam toast or something like that. But I find if I eat constantly, then I definitely feel better.
And I know you have an aversion for one thing in particular.
Yes, and talking about it now makes me gag, but I will talk about it. Chicken. I love chicken, and we eat like chicken all the time. And yeah, this time around, I can cook it, I can smell it. But for some reason, when I go to eat it, I think it's the texture. Yeah. Because I can eat breaded chicken, no problem. But yeah, I even tried putting gravy and ketchup, and like the thought of it makes my mouth water.
It's so weird.
I know. But I've talked to other women about it, and yeah, a few other women have said that they had the same aversion. So, but that's it. Like, really, that's it. Smells and stuff bother me, but it doesn't stop me from eating. I like food.
Yeah. So you are due in August, and are you going to find out what you're having this time around?
I'm not sure. I go back and forth. So right now, I'm not sure. We didn't with Carter, but my husband doesn't want to, and I'm kind of on the other side where I want to. So we'll see. I'm going to, I still have a little bit
coming
of time.
up. Yeah,
exactly.
Shortly.
I know. I have to figure it out. I think we'll probably get it written down, and that way, if I change my mind, I can always open it up.
There's definitely benefits to finding out and to not knowing.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. So we'll see.
You can let me know.
I'll give you the envelope, and then
I am the best secret keeper ever.
Everyone will know but me. I'll be getting like pink or blue clothes. Yeah.
Well, we're very excited for you, all of us here, and hopefully all of you are excited as well. So Trisha will be blogging lots about it. She's going to have a YouTube video.
Yes, and we'll put that on the screen.
Yeah, so you can check in with her and where she's at pregnancy-wise too. So it's just fun. Like, babies always bring great things out. So
yeah, and I'd love to hear from everyone, you know, your experiences. If you have any questions, let me know. If you'd like me to blog or vlog about anything, let me know. We're open to it. So I look forward to meeting and hearing from some of you that are in the same stage as me right now, because I'm really I have one other girlfriend that's pregnant right now that's close in the area. So other than that, I'm kind of doing it alone this time. So I'd love some more followers on Twitter and YouTube and stuff.
In the same spot that you are.
Exactly, yeah. So look me up and
Well, we're excited. I'm not pregnant with you, but I'm excited to hold your baby.
Exactly. I have lots of people to pawn the baby off to.
And there's only one in there. She already knows that. There's only one baby.
Yes, my husband was hoping for twins, but
yes.
So Curtis and I are in the process of trying for our family. We're not being very serious about it right now. We're just not taking precautions. So
I remember those days. The days when you're like, you throw caution to the wind. And I will tell you, these are the days that your partner tends to get a little bit happier, excited. Especially when you're like, let's do this. I don't know if that, you guys.
Well, we're not, like I said, we're not at that stage where it's, talking to friends and stuff where, you're doing it every other day and you're kind of scheduling everything in.
Poor Curtis.
Yeah, I know. We're not there yet. So. But yeah, we're just, I've talked to so many friends that, they get into that routine where it's, it's not fun anymore. So we kind of want to, that was our goal for 2013 was to start trying for the family that we want. Yeah. But we're going to start off with no pressure. We'll see how long that lasts. And
so this is kind of like not trying, not preventing.
Yeah, I mean, we're trying. If you're not preventing, you're trying. So we are trying. We're just not putting that pressure on yet. Hopefully we won't get to that. But yeah, that's kind of where we are. And yeah, just we've had friends that, some friends have it easier and some friends have it a little bit harder. So
yeah, well, I mean, and even for Steve and I, we kind of did the same thing. One day we decided, we're like, all right, let's do this. Let's try for a baby, and it took us a while. It took us a long time to conceive Willow, and we got to a certain point where it just wasn't happening naturally. It was 3 years kind of in, and I mean, when I say 3 years, we took our times where we were like, no, we're done with this. This sucks. We're not doing it, and we would take sex breaks. Can I say sex on YouTube? I just did. So we took sex breaks, and we just wouldn't. A lot like you, we wouldn't put the pressure on. If we felt like actually being intimate, then we would, and if we didn't, we didn't. But there was moments within there that we didn't, and then there was a lot of times when we were traveling. And I know you and I have talked about this before. With us trying to conceive Willow, it's hard because you only get a short window, and when you're busy and you're traveling or whatever, I know for us we miss it a lot. So it took us a long time, and we got to a point where we went to the Ottawa Fertility Clinic and saw the doctor there, and just so happened the day that we went to the clinic, I was actually already pregnant, but didn't know it.
Yeah.
But it took us a very long time,
yeah.
you know, so.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of my worry a little bit, just because, you know, like, well, I've never tried before, so I don't know, maybe it'll happen quickly for us, and, you know, I'm afraid that it won't. And so, you know, that's kind of in the back of my mind. So I think by taking the, you know, not being so aggressive with it off the bat, kind of does ease us into it. So, you know, it's a big decision, and, you know, we're ready. It's not that we're not ready, but, you know, and, you know, just going to, you know, different places, or even like, you know, hanging out with you guys, you know, when the kids' birthday parties, all that kind of stuff. And we see it, and we see the way the kids are with you guys, and, you know, we want that. We know, we're at a point, we know that that's what we want. So, you know, it's very exciting, but at the same time, I'm not trying to get too involved into it right now. You know, if it doesn't happen. Because it can
consume you.
Yeah.
You know, like, it really can, and it can become your whole, I mean, of course, like, you know, when you get pregnant and all that stuff, it becomes your whole world, you know, naturally. I mean, obviously, like, it just does. But even the trying part can. So I think it's great that you guys are taking that approach. Like, just to kind of, like, let's do this, but let's, you know, like, not get too into it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's not, I'm sure we're not going to be in that stage for a very long time. Because, you know, we're not getting any younger. So, you know, and we want it now. So.
Yeah, and it's really hard not to. Like, it's, like, I remember even that, like, when we eased into it, it was kind of like, okay, we're just going to do this. And then, like, the next month I was like, you know, ovulation strips and fertility friend, things called Fertility Friend, like the tracker online.
Okay, yeah.
I was like temping and charting and tracking and everything else, and I was like, really, I promised myself I wouldn't do this, and I did it.
Yeah, well,
very quickly.
Well, right now, like, I did a review on the iPeriod app, so you know, I used it beforehand anyway, so it's nothing that I'm not using now. I'm just a little bit more aware of when, you know, the green shades come up saying that you're fertile. So, like, hey, I'm more aware of it for sure, but just, you know, for now we're just gonna try and take it easy. So.
That's awesome. Well, you have to keep us posted, obviously, as you go through. I mean, we don't need to know all the details.
You know, I won't be sharing all the details, but
just the blog. But yeah, I think it's really, really cool, and I'm excited for you guys.
Thanks.
Yeah.
So we've been talking about where we're all at in regards to our families, whether we're starting out, whether we're adding to it, or in Aaron and our case, we're done.
We're finished. We're game over. I mean, I'm not, like, physically, like, we haven't made a physical alteration to be done, meaning, you know, you know what I mean? So the possibility is still there, but I'm definitely, like, mentally done.
Yeah. We are pretty much, we're in the works of making it physically not happening.
Ooh.
Yeah, not for myself, but my husband is going soon to...
How does he feel about that?
He's fine with it.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's okay with it. He, you know, my pregnancies, some of them were kind of rough, and he is okay with going and getting the snip done.
Yeah. Yeah. And see, I think for us, I don't know that we'll make a permanent decision yet, because I mean, we only have one, and a lot can change. And I find even now, like, sometimes, you know, with Willow getting a little bit older, sometimes we look back to her, like, baby videos and baby pictures, and we're like, oh, that was so sweet. But then, like, she still doesn't sleep through the night.
Yeah.
At 2.
No,
so for us, we haven't made the easiest decisions, I'll say. Like, you know, some of you know I'm still nursing, which bring on the YouTube comments about that. But anyway, I'm still nursing. She still doesn't sleep through the night. So for us, it's like we still have a baby.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And
like,
we have 2, and between, like, there's 3.5 years between my daughter and my son. So during that time, we didn't even really know whether we were going to have a second baby. Like, we love our son, and we're glad with the decision that we did, but you know, we were so set in our ways. Like, you know, we were out of the baby stage. She was getting independent, and so we did have another child. We had some issues with him with a club foot, and we're still dealing with that, the treatment for that. So there's a possibility that if we had another baby, they could have a club foot as well. So we're done. We're happy with our family. I always said that, you know, if we had 2 of the same sex, that we would maybe try for a 3rd. But I think I'm happy. We're both happy. There's 2 of us. We have 2 hands. We have 2 kids. You know, like, our house is the great size for us. So we're done. We're happy with it. And I'm, like, I didn't enjoy my pregnancy with my son. I don't necessarily want to have to go through it. And some may look at that as a selfish thing, but I don't want to be pregnant again. And it's funny because I'm very excited for Trisha. But when we're talking about, you know, like going through labor and pregnancy, I'm not, like before I was pregnant with my son, I kind of sometimes get those urges, you know, like, oh, I want a baby. I'm not having any of that now. So I think that we're happy with our decision.
And for you, like I know for you, it's, your pregnancies were hard. And for me, it's actually like the period of time that comes right after. As some of you might know, I'm self-employed. I'm also the only income earner in our family, which means that any downtime I have would affect vastly our, you know, and the last time I was pregnant and when I had Willow, my sister was still working with me at the time before she got a different job, and you know, she was able to pretty much take over the whole business, you know what I mean? I don't have that ability right now as much, and nor would I really want to. Like I find Willow's getting to the age now where she's more independent. She's able to play on her own a little bit better. You know, we can do things with her, and she's not reliant on me as much, which is fantastic. So I can go out. You know, I can go do things, and I don't need to worry about having like a tiny baby. Yeah. Because I mean, like I said, I've been breastfeeding for 2 years. Yeah. I've been stuck to that kid, and I don't mean stuck like a.
You don't mean in a bad way.
No, I just mean like I've been attached to her by choice. Like that's all choices I've made, and I wanted to do that. But I mean, I'm now that I'm getting a little more freedom, I'm getting that taste. I don't want to go back.
And the thing is if you guys decided that you do want to have another baby, that's fine, and it may come down the road, and you may do things differently second time around. But it's also fine to not have another baby, and that's where like even like we got married. Right? And then as soon as you're married, people are asking you, when are you having a baby? When are you having a baby? And then I thought, after I had my daughter, I thought, okay, they're going to lay off. Then when are you going to have number 2? When are you going to have number 2? And then now it's like I still get it from family, like, because I'm the oldest grandchild on both sides of my family, the only one that has any children. And I still get like the pressure like to have more. And finally I was just like, no, I don't want any more kids. I'm happy. Like I don't think I'm meant to be a mom with like, you know, my patience gets like worn thin as it is sometimes with 2 children. I just
my kids worn thin with 1. I hear you.
So I think people need to lay off with the pressure thing.
Yes, and if you think having one child means that they're going to be selfish and spoiled and everything else, it's not. It's how you raise them. Because I get that a lot too. Like, oh, she's only going to have 1. Well, who's she going to have when you die is another thing I hear all the time. And it's like, really? I'm hoping by the time I die that it's old enough, like that she's old enough to have her own family and lots of good friends and everything else. So, you know, I don't, like people put a lot of pressure on it, and you know, they'll always say that, like, she needs a sibling, she needs someone to play with. And I'm like, I've got so many friends with babies all around her age, you know, like, she's not lacking. We take her to play groups and dance classes, and she's always around other kids. And so it's just, for me, it's, my career is really important to me. And again, people could view that as a selfish thing, but I don't think being unselfish means having tons of kids. You know what I mean?
Well, and that's like when we had our babies, or when we had our daughter, a lot of my close girlfriends, they weren't in that stage. And then, so my second child, a lot of my close girlfriends then had babies, but some of our friends, they had their 2 children a lot closer together. And so I see them now like being able to be a lot more dependent in the children, and I'm looking forward to moving into that stage. You know, like my son's still in diapers, but we'll soon be starting the potty training and moving out of the diapers, and just I like seeing him grow and how much bigger he's getting. So it's the same thing, like I'm working from home now, and we have Ottawa Valley Moms, and I look forward to like flourishing that and just, you know, being happy with where our family's at.
So if you're out there and you are also done and you want to share those experiences and why you've made that decision, let us know. And also if you only have 1, please tell me that it's, you know, that your child is not spoiled and ungrateful and all that great stuff. Because I like to hear that too, because obviously choosing to only have 1 is its own bucket of worms.
It is.
So, thank you so much for watching this episode. I hope you learned a lot, and I'm glad that I was able to share my news with you, and hopefully you can relate to one of us. We're all at different stages right now, so I'm sure that you're able to relate to one of us. So we'd love to hear your comments, like we said. You can check out our Facebook page. Our Twitter account is Ottawa Valley Mom, and we'll also have the YouTube channels up so that you can check us out on our vlogs. So thank you, and we hope you have a good day.